morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today I have an MXR project share, so I'll go straight in and show you what I used. To begin with, I used all of these Touch 5 markers, shades of blue, grey, pale green, 2 shades of yellow, and some sort of like caramelly peachy tones. So I used those. I scoot them all flat and make a good base for everything else. I also used a pickup tool and my lovely white gel pen, because you know I love it. Camera is a bit, sort of like ooh today, so I hope it's going to behave itself. And the dies that I use to assist me are the Surprise Creation double set of slimline dies in the scallop and the stitch. These are awesome dies because, as you can see, you get the sentiment strip right down there in the middle, so you've got something to stamp on when you're done creating your card. Right, I've also used the stamp set that I used the other day, the one that I designed for KS Craft, because the dies that I'm using, when I showed them to you in the haul last week, I thought they were a bit kind of mixed media, so I thought that was the way to go. And there's a bag of bits there, that's an elf. And there's not a bag of bits there because that is the deer, the elk, or the moose. I'm not really quite sure. But it's a Christmas looking animal. And I've also used the Santa, which I kept whole. And what I did was I cut it all from white solid cardstock. In fact, I used acrylic paint paper, which is this stuff. You can see that I've actually die cut the Santa from that, and it's got a linen texture and it's quite thick. Look at the edge on that. If I put my finger up to it, it's almost like that stuff that you would frame pictures with, a little bit thinner than that, but it's got a great key and a great texture. And of course it's not really meant for alcohol markers, it's meant for acrylic paint, but I decided to use it for markers because I quite like it. It's really solid and sturdy. You can get this in Michael's. I think you can get like 2 large pads for about $5 when the sale is on, and it's great for building boxes as well. So if you see it, grab it. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I think it's Strathmore in the brown pack, and it's just called acrylic. Right, so that's the cardstock that I used. Now, first up, and I think it's absolutely awesome. There you go. There's the little elf. I'm going to turn him that way so that you can see more, because these slimline dies and getting close can be quite a problem. And I'm going to measure him, but there he is, done in marker onto that acrylic board. These are the 4mm flat back eyes. Well, they're beads, but I use them as eyes. I've got the 4mm and the 1.5. I'm always showing these. These are the only ones that I ever use. And so on him, he's got the 4mm flat back. There's that stamp, and I just stamped all over Jolly. And then at the bottom, it's kind of like Jolly Merry Christmas. But I just love his shoes. Look at his little feet. Aren't they cute? Just absolutely love him. So that is the first one, my cute little elf. Next up, I am going to measure these right at the end, is the reindeer Moosey Elkie, whatever you want to call him. But look at that candle. Oh, I hope my camera's going to behave. Let's go down and then come up really slowly. Look at how tiny that is. A little drippy wax candle right there on the end of his antler, and those little ornaments dangling off. Look at his hooves, his front legs and his back legs. And on this one I stamped all over it sparkle, and then at the bottom sparkle and shine, because with all that going on his head, I thought that was quite appropriate. But as I say, trying to get close, and these slimline dies can be really difficult. And I can pan the camera out, but then you won't get to see them so closely. And then next up is the gorgeous, gorgeous Santa Claus and his stocking. I just absolutely love him. And all in the background that I've got going on there is Merry, Merry, Merry. And then at the bottom, Merry. Because he just looks very merry. See if we can get close there. His little sock, you can see the white gel pen down there, and I've used it to highlight the shoes and the little buttons on his shoes. But all of that is just Touch 5 marker. I just think he's absolutely glorious with his little white eyebrows. And I've got bits of fluff on everything because I was cutting glitter out the other day, and I don't know if you're like me, but it kind of embeds itself into my cutting plates. So I probably need to put them in the sink and give them a good old scrub. So, right, tape measure. Here we go. Let's do the elf first. He's the largest. And I'm getting right to the top of his hat here, to the bottom of his shoes, and he is, goodness gracious me, he's 6 inches. So what a perfect size for popping onto a slimline. He almost fills it, and he's got such a cheeky face. I just absolutely love that. And then going to the top of his little candle, to his hoofs, my elky creature is 4.5 inches. And then if I go across his antlers, because I've just about squeezed him in on those surprise creation dies, he's almost 3.5 inches. Just absolutely wonderful. And then Santa here, scoot him over, top of his hat. Let's go right to the point there. And that is 4.75 inches. And then his widest point is his hand on his hips or his waist there, and that's 2.75 inches across his fluff on the bottom of his coat. But aren't they absolutely wonderful? I'll pop the camera up a little bit now, see if you can see everything better. Probably sent it a little bit too wobbly. Ooh. Trying to stay on my mat makes me feel drunk actually when the camera's whizzing around like that. But I just think they're absolutely awesome. If you're wanting to do hand colouring and really make something that looks like a handmade card, these are absolutely perfect for that. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Santa there, he's like a cross between, I think, mixed media and country. And the ink that I used this time for stamping the background was the VersaFine Clair in black. I usually use StazOn, but I wanted something to be a little more stronger. So VersaFine or VersaFine Clair is usually the blackest of the black inks that you can get. Right, I am going to be up tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a design team haul, and I think it's going to be one from Surprise Creation. And I do know that on Friday I'm going to be doing DIY art bin. So as usual, all links below. You have an absolutely awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.